Hello everyone, back to today's second video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. So day 10 will take us to around the 2nd of January, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that. We extended GFS and ECM ensembles. They run to around a couple of weeks. We're going to have a look at CFSV2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. And that'll take us into the second half of January, of course. I shall get on that for you very shortly. Just say that the final USA forecast has been released. Final USA forecast of the year. So that'll be back in the new year. And we're in for an interesting Christmas across northern and eastern parts of America with really cold temperatures plunging down from Canada. So have a look at that, see what's going on in the United States if you'd like to do that. We're going to have our 24th and final Christmas update for you this evening. We're going to be live streaming after 10 o'clock tonight. We're going to have a live stream where we'll check in on this Christmas Eve, or on the eve of Christmas Eve. It will be true eve of Christmas Eve, of course, after 10 o'clock tonight. So we'll check in and have a bit of a laugh and have a look at the pub run, the GFS 18Z, and we'll count down the hours, I suppose, to Christmas Eve. It'll be absolutely fantastic. So I shall see you all after 10 o'clock, I hope. Just to say that the historic video is coming up on Christmas Day as well, by the way. So that's going to be looking at every single Christmas Day chart from 1836 all the way up to 2019. It's going to be released as a premiere at 8 o'clock in the evening on Christmas night. It'll be absolutely fantastic. It'll be a very, very special video indeed. A true sort of Christmas special on Christmas Day, which is something that I've never done before. So I hope you'll enjoy that. And I say that'll be released on Christmas Day. And it'll be very different to like any historic video that's ever been done before. And I won't say any more than that because I don't want to give away any spoilers. But it will be a very, very, very different video to anything that you've ever seen before on the channel. So I'm very excited about it. That will be released on Christmas night, 8 PM. Right now, I'm going to shout out some PayPal donors. So I'm going to say thank you so much to Charlie Warren. Thank you so much to John Winstanley. And thank you so much to Mike Best. So Charlie Warren, John Winstanley and Mike Best. Thank you so much to all three of you for your donations to GavsWeatherVids through PayPal. Incredibly kind. Thank you so much to all three of you. Thank you so much to all of our PayPal donors, all of our patrons, all of our channel members, however you support GavsWeatherVids, all of our super chatters in the live streams. Just big thank you to each and every one of you. And Merry Christmas, of course, to all of you as well. If you would like to become a PayPal donor for GavsWeatherVids, all you need to do is come to GavsWeatherVids PayPal page. You sign into your PayPal account, and maybe be able to give whatever donation you would like to GavsWeatherVids. You can also become a patron. This is the PayPal page, of course. You can also become a patron for GavsWeatherVids. So hello, Merry Christmas to all of our patrons as well. Thank you so much for all of the support. So you can become a patron by going to the GavsWeatherVids patron page. You sign up for a patron account, assume you don't already have one. I mean, you can become a patron of GavsWeatherVids. And of course, there is YouTube channel membership as well now. And this has been a huge, development during 2020, development of YouTube channel membership for GavsWeatherVids. So if you'd like to become a channel member for GavsWeatherVids, all you need to do is come to GavsWeatherVids YouTube homepage, click the join button. It'll take you through to another page where you become, where you can see what benefits you get for becoming a channel member, and you can sign up on that page as well. And thank you so much to all of our channel members, all of our donors, all of our patrons, all of our super chatters in the live streams, and premieres and whatnot as well. It is so incredible. It's absolutely so incredible what you do for me and the GavsWeatherVids. I'm just completely blown away all the time by the support. So thank you to each and every one of you. And of course, special thank you today to Charlie Warren, John Winstanley and Mike Best as well. We are now at 8,925 subscribers, or thereabouts. Got to put on around another 75 subscribers to get to 9k. So we're very, very close to 9k. If you aren't yet subscribed to our channel, please can you subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe as well. Tell your family members to subscribe, and that'll be absolutely fantastic if you can all do that. Thank you so much, everybody. And we may get to 9k before the new year, the way we go. We'll be interested when we slow down, though, a little bit over Christmas. We might do. But big thank you to all of you for all of the support. Incredible. Right, so let's begin in the Stratosphere event. So this is how temperature's looking at 10 HPA over North Pole right now. This is from measureseal.fi. I've got those blue and purple colours, of course, over top of the Arctic and the North Pole as well. And as we go through the course of Christmas, we're going to see this very significant stratospheric warming occurring across Siberia. That is reaching southern stratospheric warming temperature levels when those red colours turn up. That's a very, very pronounced warming as well. But by New Year's Eve, it's starting to displace the polar vortex at its roots, these blue and purple colours, out into North America and into North Atlantic as well. So we carry on running through and see what happens. So that first warming sort of pushes round towards the Pacific and Asian side of Siberia. Second warming is beginning to occur here in the North Atlantic as well, although not going quite as far with that on this update, actually. So on this particular GFS run, we aren't stretching polar vortex quite much. It is being stretched quite a lot, but it is not being stretched to the point where it would break. We did see on yesterday's GFS 12s there, we saw like a split of a polar vortex at its roots. It's not going for that, but it is quite close to it. So again, it just remains to be seen how far this is going to go with this stratospheric warming. Certainly the polar vortex at its roots, you can see it's being stretched a lot. But this particular GFS run not going for a split at this point. So the GFS is playing around with the idea that we might split polar vortex at its roots at 10 HPA. At the moment, though, there is uncertainty about that, as you'd expect, because this is all like beyond 10 days away. So we just wait and see what's going to happen there. Very well, this radar picture and weather outlook. Very, very wet day today across England and Wales. Spells of really heavy and persistent rain on and off all day. It's proper washout Wednesday. This is marking the change to colder weather. So if I overlay the temperature, you'll see that the cold temperatures are now into the north. So most of Scotland just at 5 degrees, Northern Ireland at 6 degrees. Come down to southern England, though, we're still at 11, 12, 13 degrees on the south coast. So this front, this very active front, is marking the boundary between cold air that will be starting to push southwards in the next 12 to 24 hours, setting us up for a much more seasonal feel for Christmas. Central England temperature is looking like this. The CT is currently standing at 6.1. That's an anomaly of 1.2 degrees above average. So it's been very mild. That's provisional up to yesterday, 22nd of December. So it's been very mild for like the first 3 weeks of December. Even though the first week was actually quite cold. If you remember, first week of December was quite cold. And it's weeks 2 and 3. But it's been very, very mild. This will drop through Christmas week. How much it drops, I'm not sure. I would anticipate, it's likely I would have thought to drop into the mid-5s. So I would have thought somewhere around 5.5 is probable. Maybe a bit up on that, maybe a bit below that. But I thought mid-5s is probably a reasonable assessment of where we finish up with this December. But it will be interesting to see what happens. These were GFS upper temperature and precipitation ensembles. So next week's on at Livingston today in Scotland. This has been suggested by Mike, Mike Best, one of our PayPal donors. So Mike asked if I could have a look at Livingston. If you want to have your local town or city feature within this part of the video, then you can email us and ask us by Gmail GavsWeatherVids@gmail.com. Ask us for your comments and whatnot. You don't need to donate to have your local town or city featured. But Mike has asked me to show this location when he donated, and I'm more happy than more happy to do that. So red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Livingstone, and we're starting off below average already. Of course, at the moment, cold air is already into Scotland. Going to get colder as we move through towards Christmas. Then temperatures tick up a little bit. Between around Christmas, around sort of Boxing Day, 27th December, and then after up to Christmas and New Year, it gets colder again, as we've talked about in videos a lot lately. Basically setting up quite a prolonged cold spell, really, although there will be a slightly milder interlude around Boxing Day into the 27th for a time before we start pulling in colder winds from the north. But essentially, it's a cold couple of weeks coming up, cold average couple of weeks. On way, precipitation-wise, for Livingstone, going to be a reasonable amount of dry weather until Christmas Day. Then from Boxing Day onwards, it gets more unsettled. Of course, as it's getting colder, with that unsettled weather, there could be potential for some wintry conditions as well. Won't rule out chance some sleet and snow. Temperature anomalies from the 23rd December to New Year's Eve, going to be below average, not just the UK, but through most parts of Western Europe as well. It really is in the east and the southeast of Europe that the temperature anomaly is above average, but out in the west, it's going to be a colder than average week, really from northern Scandinavia all the way down to Spain and Portugal. Precipitation anomalies are slightly above average, actually, so this does raise the prospect of wintry weather. You know, we've got precipitation around and the temperature's colder than average, and put two and two together and we could start to see some sleet or snow turning up, especially as we get into that period between Christmas and New Year, like 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st of December. That sort of period could bring some wintry conditions. This is the latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net, showing that the northerlies are setting in. I've been showing you these day by day this week. I've been telling you that the northerlies will be setting in by Christmas. They are already into the north, so we can see that for Scotland. Yes, and into northern, yes, the winds are in from the north. For the south, we're still bringing up those mild southerly southwesterlies into south in between. Of course, we've got that weather front that's producing a lot of rain. That low pressure on the weather front will move in that direction and will pull down the winds from the north. So by tomorrow, we will all be in a very chilly, cold sort of northerly wind. This is the temperature contrast. So you can see that with this, it's still pretty mild down in the south, but definitely it is getting colder to the north. That's how the UK Met Office looks for Saturday, Boxing Day. So high pressure will be pulling out to our west. Then we bring in a milder westerly wind on Boxing Day. Yeah, it's going to be turning milder, particularly in the northwest. There'll be some outbreaks of rain. Turns very wet and windy through the course of Boxing Day. Severe gale force winds are possible. This has been done on the 27th, so a severe gale for England and Wales. And then that low pressure starts to drop southwards as we go up to 144 hours as far as we go with the UK Met. Got low pressure dropping south, and that is pulling in cold northerly winds around the western side of that area of low pressure. So getting colder between Christmas and the New Year, and there'll be an increasing risk of not only rain but also some sleet and snow as well. This is the GFS midnight run today. So again, high pressure pulls out to our west, brings in a slightly milder or less cold westerly flow for Boxing Day. Looking wet, windy, maybe rather stormy there by midnight on the 27th. Then that low pressure is dropping south through the UK as we go to 144 hours, turning wind into the east and northeast, so becoming colder and big growing threat of some sleet and snow coming through as well. Heading up towards the New Year, it stays cold with winds in from the north. Another low pressure drops in from Iceland, so there's the low there on New Year's Eve. Low pressure around Iceland. To midnight on New Year's Eve, look where it is at midnight on New Year's Day. That low is centred over top of the UK. It's gone in that direction, and it could bring some not only some rain but also some sleet and snow for the New Year with it. Stays cold up to and beyond day 10. Another low pressure tries to move in from off the Atlantic. That again could bring further rain or snow. Notice heights are building all the time towards Greenland. So eventually, look at this, we finish up with the midnight GFS run with a very large amount of northern blocking centered around Greenland. Really going to town with Greenland blocking. Winds in from an east to northeast direction. Locked in, we're locked into cold weather there, right way up to the end of the GFS midnight run, which is the 8th of January. We're not getting out of that anytime soon, so that would be cold for at least another week beyond that, I would have thought. There's no quick way out of that. The low pressures and the jet stream are a long way southwards. Low pressure and jet stream are down here. And that blocking up around Greenland is very, very extensive and really, really strong blocking. And we're just keeping those northerly, northeasterly winds going. But it's a very wintry, potentially very wintry first week to January. The jet stream, you can actually see where the jet stream is. Look how far south the jet stream is there at the end of that midnight GFS run. The jet stream is all the way down here, down towards Morocco. Unbelievably long way south with the jet stream. As I said, there's no quick way out of that. So that is locked in northern blocking, and we're stuck with that quite some time after that chart. This is the 6Z GFS, so this is the very latest one. Again, looking rather wet and windy on Boxing Day. Low pressure dropping southwards through the 27th. 28th of December to 29th of December, that low pressure continues to move south and eastwards, pulls the winds in to the north and from the northeast. Those northeast winds will bring cold air in with them as well, and there'll be a risk of not only rain but also sleet and snow. Moving up to the new year, it stays cold, and another area of low pressure here is moving into the country on New Year's Eve. Could that bring us some snow for the New Year's? That low pressure sinks into the country, possibly. It could. We get up to day 10, so that's how long as we get day 10. Again, go to town on Greenland blocking. That is a proper Greenland block, just there at around 1,050 millibars. Low pressure through the country, jet streams down here. We're bringing cold air into that low pressure. I mean, it just all looks as though it's cold to very cold. And it keeps it cold through the first week of January into the extended range as well. Low pressure trying to come up from the Atlantic Ocean. This is probably a big snow event going on here, by the way. This is 5th of January, so it's a very long way out. But, I mean, we've still got the blocking up here. We're still bringing cold winds from a northerly east direction. Low pressure just there is trying to bring milder air up from the southwest, but it's coming up against that cold air, and that will probably lead to snow. And it just carries on and on. Look at this. This is the 6th of January. Again, proper easterly coming in there. And we keep it cold with this GFS run as well, right way to the very end, which is the 8th of January. Still, that blocking is sitting to our north. And if anything, it looks like we're possibly going to start pulling in some even colder air there from the north. Look at the upper air temperatures. You can see we have got some very extensive, really cold upper air temperatures lurking just to our north, and they look as though they'll probably be starting to push southwards. So it remains like a very wintry scene, really wintry scene with the GFS at the moment. For the first week of January. This will be precipitation type forecast on weatheroutlook.com from that midnight GFS run. So again, let's not overlook these wintry showers coming down the east coast tomorrow. So some snow is possible tomorrow. Snow showers, snow flurries or snow showers for eastern Scotland, northeastern England bring down the east coast. That's unusual for Christmas Eve. Could be a little bit even into London. Look at a little bit of some snow flurries even into London perhaps on Christmas Eve. Very unusual. A few snow flurries continue on Christmas Day, but Christmas Day does turn drier. Then it turns more towards rain on Boxing Day before that gets out of the way. And then we have like rain and snow and sleet, wintry conditions rotating around that low pressure as it plunges southwards. And we carry on into the new year. And again, the suggestion of further rain, sleet or snow in places. As we go through the first week of January, if anything starts getting more wintry, more and more snow appearing through the first week of January generally. So, I mean, there's going to be snow around in the next couple of weeks, and the devil will be in the detail on that. Let's see how the GFS 6Z compares, so we can have a look at that latest GFS run. Again, this is going to be coming from theweatheroutlook.com, so just quickly rattle through these. So again, like tomorrow, we can bring showers in the east. Boxing Day, we go more towards rain, and then as we go between Christmas and the New Year, there is either rain and or snow rotating around into the New Year itself. Again, the suggestion is rain or snow. This is a little bit less wintry. The 6Z is a little bit less wintry compared to the midnight GFS run. I think more towards rain with that one. Although eventually it does finish up with quite a lot of snow, even more southern parts of the country. It's generally a wintry outlook with the GFS data. This is how the GEM is looking. So again, high pressure pulls out to our west on Saturday, allowing in a slightly milder west wind stormy for Sunday. Low pressure dies southwards through the course of Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday into Wednesday, Thursday, New Year's Eve. We're into those cold northerly winds, so the GEM keeping it cold really up to day 10. Low pressure is coming in off the Atlantic there at day 10, 2nd of January. I think that is almost certainly, that low there is almost certainly going to go in that sort of direction, and will renew the northerly as this ridge pushes back northwards once again. And the ECM looks like this. So again, same idea, low pressure drops in from the north as we go between Christmas and the New Year. Turns wind into the north and sets up quite a prolonged cold spell. That's how I look with the ECM as we get to day 10. So we've got proper blocking there again around the south of Greenland. Low pressure is in the North Sea. Winds are in from the north. It all looks like it's cold, wintry, potentially into the opening days of January. This is the precipitation type forecast based on that ECM run. Very wet today, of course. That gets out of the way. Then we've got these wintry showers running down the east coast tomorrow. For Christmas Day, the emphasis shifts to dry weather. Then Boxing Day brings showery rain into the north and the west. Then very wet around the 27th of December. So Boxing Day 27th, very wet and windy. Severe gale force winds and bouts of heavy rain. That all clears through and leaves us with these wintry showers piling in from the west. There's some sort of snow event there around the 28th, 29th December around Wales and the Midlands. From that area of precipitation coming southwards, so that brings some snow even into the south. And then we head up towards the New Year. The emphasis sort of goes to drier weather, but more rain and snow coming in from the northwest there around New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. So that could give a little bit of snow across parts of the country for New Year's Day. First day of 2021 could have some snow. Day 10, so looking to get day 10, which is 2nd of January. Snow showers are in the north in particular. This is the option that's on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the 2nd of January. Have 51 members out of 51, all of them from the ECM ensembles, with high pressure to our north, low pressure to our south, winds in from an east or northeast direction, blocked and cold, blocked, cold, probably quite wintry at day 10. In 2 weeks' time, this is the option that we've got. It's no different. This is the 7th of January. 51 out of 51 members of the East Ensemble still going for this extensive northern blocking to our north. Low pressure to our south, winds continuing to be in from either a northerly or easterly direction. As I say, when you get the block really locked in over Greenland, there is no quick way out of that. And so it can stay cold for quite a long time. And then finally, we've got the 7V2. These are 500 millibar heights broken down to week periods. The first week period takes from 22nd to the 8th of December. The coming week will have high pressure to our west, and we'll be bringing in winds from the north, so becoming colder through Christmas. Week 2 is the 29th of December to the 4th of January. High pressure is to our north and northwest. Low pressure is to our east and south. Winds again are coming in from an east or northeast direction. That looks like it's probably cold and potentially quite wintry. Week 3 is the 5th to the 11th of January. High pressure in the North Atlantic, heading up towards Greenland. Low pressure through the west of Europe. Again, you would think we're pulling in winds from a northerly direction with that, so it should be quite cold, and low pressure provides possibility of some wintry conditions. And then week 4 is going to be the 12th to the 18th of January. Still a lot of blocking. Mid-Atlantic ridge up to northern blocking. The low pressure in a slightly different position just to our west could be starting to allow something a bit milder to come in from the southwest, but only a very subtle adjustment to that will keep us cold and wintry even into week 4. Right, that's it then. If you enjoyed this video, please can you smash the like button. Let us know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Make sure to subscribe to our channel as well. And tell your friends and family to subscribe too. And you'll be able to see future weather content. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. We've got to put on around about 75 subs to get to 9k subscribers. So we're well on our way to 9k. Just whether we do that before the new year or not. Right, that's it for your 10 to 14 day event. The next 10 to 14 day is actually going to be on Boxing Day. So there won't be a 10 to 14 day on Christmas Eve. What we do try is just a weekend forecast covering the full week of Christmas into New Year. We always do that on Christmas Eve, so that's a bit of a Christmas Eve tradition that we do that. And then Christmas Day, of course, I've got the day off. Won't be recording on Christmas Day, but we will have the historic video that will be premiering on Christmas night. And so the next sort of upload for 10 to 14 day upload video will be on Boxing Day. Right, so have got the last Christmas update coming up for you around sort of 6-ish, 7-ish this evening. So you'll be able to have a watch of that. That's 24th and final Christmas update. And then, of course, we're live streaming after 10 o'clock tonight. And I shall see you then for our final live stream before Christmas. For this one, though, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.